Space rescue mission. Elon Musk sends a space cap to pick up astronauts. Internet users are competing against each other in commenting on the American billionaire's next feat. Last night, a rocket lent by him lifted off a capsule with a NASA crew that is on its way to the International Space Station to pick up the astronauts who are waiting to return home.
It was a spectacular launch. Really happy to have the crew on their way to the International Space Station and looking forward to seeing their happy faces on board very soon. As is mentioned, they'll dock tomorrow night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, to the forward port of the International Space Station. We're going to have a short handover with the Crew 9 guys coming home no earlier than Wednesday at this point. Of course, we'll be looking for good weather. It might be later than Wednesday when they come home. We're trying to keep the handover shorter because recently and last year we've had some handovers that were more extended, waiting on good weather, and so we don't want to lose any good opportunities that we might have in this case. We're trying to stretch the consumables, we'd rather have less of an overlap of the crews in this particular situation.
The Falcon 9 rocket lifted the Dragon capsule into orbit and then returned to Florida. The capsule will soon reach the International Space Station, leave a new crew there and take this crew, which has been waiting to come back to Earth. Elon Musk wrote the following on the X portal. Rockets are beautiful, but the billionaire's gesture is also beautiful, thanks to which the astronauts will return home.
We're excited to get Crew 9 back, and I know Butch and Sonny are excited to come back. And then we'll celebrate.
Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams flew to the International Space Station for a few days and were stuck for months. Their Boeing Starliner capsule had problems with its propulsion system. Returning to Earth was too risky, so they stayed in space and showed internet users their lives while waiting for rescue. And here we must admit, Sunita's hairstyle has become a real internet sensation.
My hair stands up even if I'm upside down or upside right.
The astronauts had a lot of very important activities during the extended mission.
Here we're always doing experiments or maintenance or whatever, but having been up here for a while, you get a little bit more time to enjoy the view out the window. You get a little more time to adapt to space. You get a little more time to actually talk to people on the ground and bring them along and have them understand exactly what we're doing.
Astronauts admit that the hardest thing about space is missing their loved ones. Butch's return is awaited by his teenage daughter, among other family members.
My daughter has really learned a lot, and she is tough. And it does make your heart feel kind of good when your daughter says, you know, Dad, I didn't know how much I needed you until you were gone. So that's something that, that makes you feel good as a dad.
Families are waiting for the happy return of the astronauts, and Elon Musk is already announcing another space hit. Within a year, he wants to send a rocket to Mars. On board will be a humanoid robot.
Elon's all about going to Mars. He has been since he started SpaceX and before that, right? So it doesn't surprise me that he wants to focus on that. That excites me too.
Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time.
After years of trials and failures, failed launches and rockets exploding in the air, Elon Musk has learned a lot from his mistakes, and he never gave up. Now he is closer than ever to sending a manned mission to Mars. As he wrote on the X portal, if the attempt succeeds, humans could reach the red planet as early as 2029 or 2031.